Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to the Coin Republic. I'm Nuala Norton, and with me today is Boef Vandenberg, who otherwise goes by the name of Boef Vagabond, founder of Crypto Vagabonds Academy, and a blockchain security expert who's going to teach us all how to keep our crypto wallets safe from online pickpockets. So let's start then. Welcome to the show, Boef. Let's start with what's a wallet? I mean, I know that's a daft question, but what exactly does that mean?
A wallet. So thank you. First of all, thank you for the invitation, and I hope I can add value to your community. So first, what is a wallet? A wallet is a software that will interact with the blockchain. So a blockchain, it's an accounting book. Let's say in the past we have those ledgers, which is also an accounting book where someone owes this amount to that person that is put on the record on the book. Now, those books today are very common to be digital. Like when you have a bank account, you have digital ledger on your bank account, and that could be seen as something like the blockchain. The blockchain is the replication of that digital ledger system with a new technology that enables anyone to have a copy of that ledger. The ledger of your bank, let's say if you have a bank account with Barclays, that ledger is proprietary to Barclays, and you won't be able to get access to all the records on that ledger. So a blockchain is, in a nutshell, accounting book, a ledger that is distributed globally, and then all the copies have to match. Now, a wallet would be a piece of software that can go visit that ledger and verify what transactions are there pertaining to your wallet. So, for instance, if I have an account on the Bitcoin blockchain and I do have that account on let's say, an Edge wallet on my phone, the Edge wallet can go to the blockchain, verify the transactions, and verify the balance on my account. So a wallet is a software that will interact with the blockchain and report back to you what your balance is. That is what a wallet is. And we have three flavors of those. We have hot wallets, we have warm wallets, and we have hot, warm, and cold wallets. Those are the three flavors we got.
Okay. So what's a hot wallet then? Is
So
that one we should have?
a hot wallet, I think you will have to have. It's not a must, but it's the most convenient way for you to acquire crypto. But it's not a wallet that you want to keep your assets on. It's a wallet that you want to use it for as short as possible. In my case, for instance, I trust the exchange Binance to be very trustworthy, and that's why I allow Binance to have my assets for 30 minutes. That is how much I'm willing to trust. So a hot
30
wallet,
minutes.
30 minutes is as long as I allow an exchange to have my assets. In that case, Binance is that exchange.
Wow.
So a hot wallet is very similar to a bank account, except that now you have an account with an exchange, and that exchange is the custodian, also the owner of your crypto. So you don't really have any crypto. You have an exchange telling you that you have this balance. That exchange may or may not have the assets that they claim to have on your name. So that is a hot wallet. It's an account where you delegate the full responsibility of your assets to a third party, and you have no control or no way to verify if that third party actually does have the assets that they claim to have or not. So that is a hot wallet.
Okay. How does that compare to a warm wallet?
So a warm wallet is also what we call a share custody wallet or a share custodian. So whereas on the exchange you have zero custody, zero knowledge, you just have a username and login. On a warm wallet, what we have now, we have a share custody. The advantage of the warm wallet is that the warm wallet cannot lie to you. So, for instance, if you do have, assume you have a proper legit wallet, that wallet won't be able to lie to you. So, on a warm wallet, you have your account number, you have your balance, and the wallet tells you about your transaction history. But in that case, that wallet or that software is also the custodian of your assets, not just you. So normally you would have a wallet on a desktop or a laptop or on a phone, and now you can see your balance, which now is verifiable, and you can transact. Assume you want to send money to, or send the crypto asset to someone, you can also receive on that wallet, and that wallet will interact on the blockchain for you, and you'll be able to verify every transaction that happens on that warm wallet. And in most cases, the warm wallet will give you a 12 or 24 word seed phrase, which is all that we're ever going to have as property in the crypto space. And with that seed phrase, you now have share ownership, where you have the seed phrase, you are the owner of your assets, but the software also has the seed phrase, and the software is also the owner of your assets. If anyone managed to hack the software or command the software to send your funds to another person, that software will do it. So that is a share custody, is what we call a
Okay.
warm wallet.
Okay, so why would a hot wallet lie to you, and why is that allowed?
The hot wallet can lie to you because the hot wallet does not give you blockchain account or an account that is verifiable on the blockchain. The hot wallet, aka an exchange, can just put a software and command the software to say that you have, let's say, 100 BTC as a balance. There is no way for you to verify that if that exchange actually has the 100 BTC that is saying to have on your name. And even if, let's say, you are have an account on an exchange, and the exchange say you have 100 BTC, and then you check the balance of the account of that exchange on a blockchain, and you find out that exchange has 120 BTC. Well, 100 is yours, and 20 belongs to somebody else. But you cannot verify who else has account on the exchange and who else has equal claim on that BTC. So exchanges tend to lie, and the best example to give it to you of, I wouldn't say lying in this, like, yeah, would be lying. Nuri, which is a company here in Europe, which is a bank where you can have BTC on your bank account, you can have ETH on your bank account, and you can have euros on your bank account. Now, Nuri just yesterday filed for insolvency, which means they do not have the assets that they claim to have on the name of their clients. Another example is Celsius. Celsius went bankrupt, and that means Celsius is not going to provide their clients with their balance. Every time we give a custody to someone else to our assets, we are not guaranteed that they have our assets in place or that they have the assets that they claim to have. So it's very tempting for the institution to exaggerate the amount that they have, or to put an asset as a credit to you on your screen, being confident that they can acquire that asset if you demand it, but they don't really need to have it. So that's how the lie comes into place.
Oh, right. So
They
just in
don't
case you
actually,
ask for it. Right.
yeah, maybe they have hopes that they can get that asset and give it to you when you request it, but they don't necessarily need to have. So
So
it's
they're kind
fine.
of betting on the future as well, then. Right.
They're betting the future, and they're betting on the fact that very few people will go for the run on the banks, or very few people are going to go and request the withdrawal of the assets simultaneously. So as long as people don't go to withdraw and they trust that balance to be there, it's not a problem. But it's a very tempting position to be, like, if someone just trusts that you have their assets and you don't need to have the assets, or you can give equal claim of that asset to different people. So that's where the line occurs.
Okay, so you get your money from the hot wallet, you get it out of there as quickly as possible. But then if you put it into a warm wallet that you've created on your phone or your computer, then even if like you have your password to get into it, but then if you completely lose everything, you've also got the cushion of this seed phrase, like you were talking about, this 12-word security kind of account recovery phrase. So Is is that not safe enough? Is
Yeah.
that secure?
So yeah. So the seed phrase is secure, but also you need to ask a question: where was the seed phrase generated? Of course, a warm wallet is many times better than a hot wallet. The question that you need to ask now is, where was that seed phrase generated? So, for instance, if you have a warm wallet on your phone or your computer and your seed phrase was generated on that computer, on that phone,
Mm.
that means that phone or that computer can be hacked and will be hacked. And when the hacker gets the seed phrase, the hacker now is the owner of your assets. The only property, the only thing anyone ever owns on the crypto space is a seed
Hmm.
phrase. You're never going to own anything else. The only property you have is a seed phrase. And anyone who has the seed phrase is the owners of your assets. So if those seed
Okay,
phrase has been generated online, they will eventually be hacked and then you will lose your property.
so that seed phrase, which we think is we've written it down somewhere. We haven't kept it on our phones or anywhere online, but it's been generated online. So that is as vulnerable to attack as anything else that we keep on our phones or computers.
Yes. So yeah, one example I can give to you of a possible attack. If someone goes right now to Google and just
Mm.
Google OMG cable, which stands for Oh My God cable, there are cables now available for anyone. You don't have to be a hacker. Those are like iPhone charging cables or Android charging cables, even computer charging cables. And I can give you a cable for you to charge your phone, and within a few minutes that cable is going to email me all the private proprietary information on your phone to me. That is available today, and you don't have to be a hacker. If you have 120 to $150 to invest in that cable, plus another half an hour watching YouTube videos on how to program the cable to do that for you, I would say half an hour worth of your time and $150 anyone can get into your phone or into your computer by literally just allowing you to use a charging cable for a few
That
minutes.
that is totally scary. I mean, I'm a paranoid android as it is, but this is taking it to a different level. So so how can we secure our seed phrase? How can we have a seed phrase without generating it on the software online?
Okay, so all seed phrases will be generated one way or another with a software. So this is one example
Hmm.
of one hardware. And of course, within this hardware, there's a software that can generate a multitude of seed phrases.
Okay,
But
so that just
as
looks like a flash drive, yeah?
yeah, so it's a flash drive with a cable. And again, make sure you get a cable and the flash drive or the hardware device directly from the manufacturer. Once you have this and you now set this up properly, this will be generating a seed phrase to you. And as you can see, there is no Wi-Fi antenna, and there's no way that this thing is going to be connected online. So once you have a seed phrase which is generated on a hardware like this,
Hmm.
then that seed phrase is secure, provided you don't type it on your keyboard, you don't take a picture with your phone, you don't email it to you, you don't digitalize that seed phrase in any shape, manner, or form. Uh, because the moment you take the seed phrase, which was generated offline, type into your computer, and say you printed, the printer has a Wi-Fi antenna, the printer has a memory chip, a memory stick, and I can later on hack that printer and find out what you printed. And when I see 12 words in sequence, I know it's a seed phrase. So as
Okay.
long as you generate the seed phrase offline and you remain keeping that seed phrase offline, and another way people also get hacked, telephones and computers, a hacker can program that phone to take a snapshot of what is in front of it every 2 minutes. Let's say now you have a phone and the camera, for your understanding, is off, but that camera happens to be pointing to your seed phrase. If that snapshot is taken when it's being pointed, then your seed phrase is also compromised. So you must make sure
Hmm.
that that seed phrase was generated offline, and you need to keep that seed phrase offline forever. The moment that seed phrase goes online, then the security is no longer there.
Okay. So so that's like having a big a big old-fashioned safe. I mean, is that a different kind of wallet, or is that something else?
Yes, you need to look at your hardware device as a vault. Also, you need to look at you owning crypto as you becoming your own bank, your own banker, and your own client. So, yes, this wallet would be the equivalent of a bank's vault. The warm wallet on your phone can be the equivalent of literally the wallet you carry your money inside when you go out for the night. So a lot of
Okay.
people go out and they take with them, let's say $150, and they are psychologically, like subconsciously prepared to lose that $150 because there's a risk of you losing your wallet. So cold wallet is your bank vault. Warm wallet is the wallet you carry in your pocket, so you can have an
Okay.
app on your phone with some crypto on it, let's say $100 worth of crypto, so you can pay for a drink or you can give it to a friend. And then you have the hot wallet where you're going to acquire your cash, where you're going to go to trade and to take that money out as quickly as possible.
Okay. So it sounds like we need to have several wallets then, even if it's just several warm wallets. Um, because if people get into, say, you have a MetaMask, Coinbase, whatever kind of wallet, and you have everything in there, including maybe art NFTs, then someone gets into that, they can take it all. So is it an idea then, as you say, to just leave what you're prepared to lose, $150, um, and then create another wallet or another few wallets to spread the rest of your assets? Would
Yes.
that work?
Yes. So if you have, let's say you have just Bitcoin, let's just say you just have crypto, you're not in the NFT world, you're gonna need about three wallets. The hot one being the exchange, where you're gonna acquire your assets. The warm one, where you can carry like pocket chain with you, and then the vault, which would be this. Now, if you are into the NFT space, I would say someone who owns NFT, they're gonna need to have at least four wallets, and I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. It is possible for me, for instance, to create an NFT that when you bring that to your wallet, that NFT empties your wallet and give me all your funds. So there
Oh,
has been some cases of airdrops where someone creates a token and gives an airdrop. An airdrop is when someone creates a token or a group of individuals or company create tokens and they give some of those tokens for free. And then there has been cases where tokens have been distributed and someone claims those tokens, and then the token has a virus in it, and that virus or software goes into your wallet and empty your entire wallet.
okay.
So if you want to be interacting with different varieties of crypto, and if you have MetaMask, for instance, you may want to have an address to receive those free gifts, those free airdrops. And what I recommend people to do is put $20 on your wallet and use that wallet as the address where you're going to be receiving your free tokens, your free NFTs. Allow the token or the NFT to be on that wallet for 2 or 3 days, and then you make sure that your balance has not changed and the NFT or the token is a legit product, is a legit software, is a legit token, it's a legitimate NFT, and then you go and put that in your vault. So,
Hmm.
and it is a bug, it will empty your vault. So, in the case of
So
NFTs,
that's a great idea. That's a bit like a mousetrap then, if the cheese is
yes,
still there. Hmm. Okay.
yes.
But that's fantastic. So, um, now, does that mean because these hard wallets, cold wallets, these ledgers that you're talking about, the Trezor and Ledger and all them, they cost money. So, do you need one for every wallet that you have, or can you have one that you keep all your seed phrases in?
So you can have one and you can have an infinite amount of accounts on each one. So, and again, I think before saying this, I must say, like, if you want to do this and you're new to crypto space, do not try to do this alone. Make sure you get someone who has done this before guide them, to educate you. You can also contact me and I can show you how to do this.
Okay.
But yes, with one of these devices, for instance, with this one, I can have 1 billion accounts if I feel like having. There is no limit of how many accounts I can have here. And as long as I have multiple accounts, I can create, for instance, a bogus account on one, and then I can then transfer things to the other one. But the best way for you to test or to have the mousetrap account would be for you, for instance, to use MetaMask as one example. And MetaMask and any other wallet out there will generate you a seed phrase online. And I think what you can do is have that account as the mousetrap account, and then you can use this device to create a second account on MetaMask or any other software that you're using, and then have that account be secured with your Trezor, meaning the private keys or the code that allows transaction to occur will not be ever online, would always be here. So what happens is, if you secure an account with this, and let's say you want to send money from a MetaMask on account which is secured by your Trezor, you're going to click send, and MetaMask is going to say, I don't have the authorization to send these funds. Can you please authorize me to send on your Trezor? And then what happens is MetaMask is going to send a form, let's speak a digital form, to this device to sign. And whenever whenever you confirm, the device is going to sign that form, and then MetaMask is going to verify if that signature is actually yours. And if the signature is yours, then the funds are going to be gone. But the ability to sign the transaction is always here. MetaMask is unable to replicate that signature. So that's what signature, people talk about, like multi-signature, or have the device sign or the private key to sign the transaction. So the ability to sign is always on the hardware, never online.
Okay. So now there's another thing I'm hearing about. I'm not sure if this is, oh, you tell me, but they say, we hear that every time you set up a new wallet, don't just go into Google every time or Firefox every time and create a new wallet. You have to actually create a new Google account. Is that right? You have to.
Okay. Yeah. So I think what you're talking to is something that I actually instruct every one of my clients and everyone in the academy to do, is like to have a different computer, a different browser, a different Google account, a different Apple account, is specifically for your crypto. So if you want to enter the crypto space, besides having your hardware wallet, you should ideally have a computer delegated only for crypto. And then in that computer, you don't have Facebook, you don't have email. With Google, you would have a Proton Mail or an email service that's provided that using some sort of encryption, and you pay for it. If you don't pay, you are the product. So, and also if you do happen to buy a second Mac computer and you want to have a second Mac computer delegated for your crypto, you would have to create a second Apple ID so that things don't get mixed on the cloud, and the cloud doesn't get hacked with your information. So if you want to do crypto seriously, you want to have a whole different digital identity only for your crypto. I think that's what you're referring to.
Well, yeah, or I've heard that you go back, you create a different Google page for every wallet, and then you can maybe color the backgrounds so that you know which is which for which wallet.
Oh, I see. I see what you're talking about. I think you're talking about when you install MetaMask on your browser as an extension. And then yes. Now I get what you're talking about. So
sorry.
when you interact with MetaMask, MetaMask is normally, in a lot of wallets, not just MetaMask, they become an extension on your browser. Let's say in that case, Google. So yes, I know some people that create different Google accounts, and therefore, whenever they log in with that account, the browser would have what seems to be the same extension, but then with a different account. Yes, you can also do that to create your bogus account, or you can create a Google account for each each token or each wallet that you use. That way, if you do get a bogus token on one, it doesn't spread to the other ones. Yes, I understand what
Mm.
you're talking about. Yeah, that's also a very good way to do it, to create
Okay.
multiple identities or multiple Google accounts and then have that extension operate from different accounts. Yes.
Okay. It seems like an awful lot of luggage to carry around in terms of what you have to do to keep safe. And of course you teach all this in your academy. Was I right? It is called Crypto Vagabonds. Where did that come
Yes.
from?
Yes. The name of the academy is Crypto Vagabonds Academy. And yes, I create an educational platform online, which is now the Crypto Vagabonds Academy. I also do coaching on one-on-one. So the academy teaches you a lot about security. I also teach you a lot about macroeconomics and how that would impact your assets. And I also do offer a coaching where, because I am living solely on crypto since 2015, so I have gone from the traditional financial market to solely crypto sovereign market, where I was dependent on the banks. Now I'm sovereign financially. And so I also do offer coaching where I show people how they can go from being highly dependent on the fiat traditional system and then transition to become financial sovereign on the crypto space. Yes.
So that's cool. Well, that's it changes all the time. You have to keep up with it all the time. Is that right? So, mhm.
Yes. So the crypto space, I like to call the crypto universe, is a big bang that started with a white paper from Satoshi Nakamoto and the creation of Bitcoin. And then that universe has been expanding very rapidly. And there's a lot of galaxies on this universe. And all of those galaxies are changing by the second. So, yes, it is a space that is in constant change, constant evolution. And the price or the cost of being involved in this space is to be always up to date and always finding out what is happening, at least on your field. So, for instance, if you're a Bitcoiner, you need to be aware of what's happening around the Bitcoin and some regulations on the macro geopolitical world. If you are into NFT, let's say if you're NFT on Tezos, I recommend you to become up to date with what's happening on Calamint, on the Tezos network. If you are into Cardano, ADA, is required that you become up to date, up to speed with what's going on the Cardano community and so on. So it depends on which area you have exposure to. All of those areas are going to demand from you to be up to speed, up to date what's going on. And
Mhm.
regardless of where you are, you need to become up to speed what's happening on the financial macro world and geopolitically, the changes that occur in terms of legislation and rules of the game on your jurisdiction.
And are there differences between each blockchain? Is one more expensive to play with than the other? I'm thinking particularly about minting and transferring and buying and selling NFTs, art NFTs, for example, or music NFTs.
So I think the most expensive of the NFT blockchains or blockchains that enables NFT, Bitcoin, for instance, does not enable NFTs, but let's say Ethereum does, Tezos does. So if you're dealing, for instance, with Ethereum layer one, then that would be a very costly transaction for you to do. But there are what we call second layer solutions, such as Polygon, which enables you to have NFT and benefit from the security of the layer one Ethereum. Tezos is slightly, not slightly, but quite much cheaper than I would say the Ethereum. So all blockchains have their own rules, their own dynamics, their own softwares, and they do not communicate with one another. So yes, they're all very different. They're like islands in an ocean without any
Right.
bridges to connect them.
Okay. Do you see bridges connecting them in the future?
We do have some bridges now, and I think bridges are going to get better in the future. And the bridges that we have now on the technology that we have now, they're still not very secure because that's where a lot of hacks have occurred. There's a lot of vulnerabilities to the bridge. So we do have some bridging, and they are called on They're called by the community bridges. So you have the possibility to bridge, for instance, from one blockchain to another. Let's say you can bridge from Binance Smart Chain to Ethereum blockchain, and the bridge is there. But those bridges, they bring with them benefit, but also vulnerabilities. All bridges we have up to now, they're very centralized, and therefore they can be exploited. And yeah, I would say they're not off the game yet, but yes, they're there and they're available. And I think with time and more hacks occurring, more code of those bridges are going to become sharper and better prepared to deal with hacks. But we're
Mm,
not there yet.
okay. And what's the most expensive lesson you've learned?
Oof, the most expensive lesson I have learned. I would say the most constant lesson that we all get, and is the most expensive one, depend on your level of stubbornness, is how important it is to be humble, how
Mhm.
important it is to keep an open mind, and how important it is for you to listen to those who may have ideas that differ to yours. So humbleness, I would say, is the most common lesson learned in this space. And every time you think you know, or you think you can claim knowledge, or you can claim knowing the truth about XYZ on the crypto space, you tend to get slapped on the face and be invited to humble down again. So I'll say the most expensive lesson I have learned in the space is how much humbler I have to become, and how much humbler I need to constantly be becoming in my life.
Absolutely. Um, and the other key currency then that's becoming more and more valuable is trust and integrity. Where does that feature in your teachings in
Wow.
the academy?
So yes, I am a crypto coach, or crypto mentor, depending on how you want to mention or label. So, or crypto guide. I do guide people, like I say, to go from traditional dependent fiat system to sovereign in crypto. But my academy, for instance, I'll say, is the one place where the integrity is the main feature. Just for people to have an idea, like I do have a online platform and an academy with 20 members now, and there's no web page where you can just click pay and come to the academy, because the academy to me is a place where I want to make sure that everyone is trustworthy and have integrity. I also do have a group with 500 members, which is a Facebook group, which is also called Crypto Vagabonds. But what happened on the Facebook group is, every now and then, no matter how much I try, some scammers getting, or someone who is selling unsound financial products come in and try to corrupt the community. So I would say, by my disappointment with that platform, that kind of pushed me towards creating the academy, which is a very elite group, and the only way to get into the group is to have a conversation with me and have your level of integrity and honesty verified before you can come into the crypto space. So yes, being able to trust another person, it becomes very important and very vital, especially because in the crypto space, you are your own banker, you're on your own bank and your own client. Meaning, if something happens to me, for instance, let's say I have an accident and I become hospitalized, unless I have a human backup, someone that I can
Mhm.
fully trust to have access to my assets and be able to take care of me if something happens to me, becomes very vital. And also, in case, let's say, I die, what do I want to happen with my assets? There's no institution, there's no third party that's going to do that. So I need to find another human being who can be what I call my human backup. And in order for you to have a human backup, trust, integrity must be there. So that's another reason why I create Academy, where we have this very tight group where people who come in are trustworthy and has displayed a huge, immense amount of integrity before they came in. So that is where I would say trust and integrity really plays a role on my activity on the crypto space.
So you're unapologetically exclusive. Is this invitation only, or
Okay,
can
so
people invite? Is it
Go
What do
ahead.
they have to go through? Or do you find them?
So I try. I always make a joke, and I may use a word here that's going to get us in trouble. But I always say in academy, it is not a democracy; it's a dictatorship, and I am the dictator. So yes, the academy is a group that is very exclusive, and I'm not apologetic about that at all. Of course, I do not discriminate on gender, race, religion, or any other form of association. The only thing that I discriminate is against people, for instance, who are with a kind of not as humble, I would say, because sometimes integrity is there, but the person may be fooled by a scam, and they truly believe that that scam is true, and they start to promote that product, and therefore that naivety of their make them not a person of integrity on their financial products or financial judgments. So that is the requirement to be part of the academy, is to have demonstrated that you have also the ability to make financial judgments about financial products, and therefore keep your integrity. And yes, the only way to get into the academy is by having one or a couple of calls with me, and then you can come in, and there is kind of a, I'm not like to
Vetting
say
process?
vetting process, but it's also there's a temp process. Like someone is part of the academy for a while, and then the academy feels if that person is a good match for the academy or not. And if the community decide that that person is not part, not suited for the academy, I do refund that person's money, and then I ask them to leave the academy. I have done that more times than I would like to admit, where people just are not suitable to the academy. And when it comes to the academy, and I am very blunt also, I'm not looking for clients. I'm not looking for like selling more a membership of the academy. I'm really looking for a group of people that are trustworthy. I'm looking for a community or a family where, or a brotherhood or a familyhood where we all can trust one another, and we know we are in a safe environment, and we can be transparent, and we can be confident that the information we got is sound information, and not like someone FOMO us in, or trying to shield their bags, or trying to make money of us by selling some unsound financial product.
Okay, so where would you like people to get in touch with you? Or
If people want to get in touch with me, the best way to get in touch with me is literally by emailing me at boef@cryptovagabonds.com, or just visiting the website, cryptovagabonds.com. There's going to be a few links there where people can get in touch with me. They can also go to Instagram, where we have the same name, cryptovagabonds. We also have open Facebook groups called crypto-vagabonds.com. So Crypto Vagabonds, if you go online and just type in Crypto Vagabonds, you unescapably going to get in touch with me. But I would say the easiest way to interact with me also would be in Clubhouse. If you look for Boef, Crypto Vagabond, you're going to find me. But I'll say cryptovagabonds.com is a safe bet to go.
Jolly and Crypto Vagabond Boef Vandenberg, thank you so much for joining us and giving us all of this incredibly insightful and valuable information to keep our wallets a little bit tighter and closer to our chests. Thank you very, very much. You've been Boef Vandenberg, I've been Nuala Norton, and you've been watching The Coin Republic. See you next time.
Thank you. And if you ever need me, just let me know.